on the first tackle attempt. Go.
Well, shit. Penn State may suffer from IBS against Ohio State every time they match up, but they are certainly no Mountain West doo-doo pile. The Blue Horsies found out the hard way at the cost of their dignity and the idea that Genty Ball deserved the Heisman over Travis Hunter. Not that I necessarily had a side in this fight, but just like every time the group of 5 loses in major postseason games, the narrative about the high-end talent gap will be all we hear about at the end of the day. Let's be real though, this was the predictable outcome from the moment one of Boise's players flopped with the American flag in hand. Just like the other group of Horsies, the Fighting Nittany Sandusky's quite literally wiped you out. With a game plan consisting of Genty Ball up the middle with the side of shitting on your own hands and clapping, this wasn't much of a shock. Every time Maddox the Madman handed the ball off, he was swarmed faster than Times Square on New Year's Eve. Turns out the ball was not the hardest one dropped on this day. James Franklin decided that he not only wanted more blood of the El Caballo, but he wanted to erase every narrative of his team's incompetence against strong competition. Task failed successfully, because now the narrative is that Boise State was overrated the entire time and never belonged, just like every other team that's lost in the playoffs. In what can only be seen to me as irony, they were one of the only teams that put up the best fight in the end, but the Nittany Petrinos asserted dominance from the start of the game. Multiple forced fumbles, keeping Genty Ball in check through most of the game, maintaining a lead through the entire 60 minutes, and not having an offense that even Kirk Ferentz would find boring. All of these things manifested into what I would consider a losing battle for Boise, with odds stacked as high against them as my odds on a date with Sydney Sweeney. Even RefBall agreed that your time under the lights was done. Penn State moves up to a whopping 8-0 in Fiesta Bowls with either Georgia or Notre Dame awaiting in the semifinals. Good luck there. I picked y'all to make it to the title game. Don't screw this up. Boise, you had a fantastic run. Blitzing through the entirety of your schedule as a group of 5 team is something only Scott Frost and Luke Fickell could pull off so far. With one play even. Spencer Danielson has finished a season that many of the Blue Horsies will remember for the rest of their lives. Genty Ball will go down in history as one of the greatest things to ever happen to the program. But you ran into a wall of death. Unless you could run a double 6 wombat, this was always going to be the end of the line. Penn State was just an arsenal with too many weapons for the low-end talent to handle. They could have just sent Tyler Warren on the field every single time and would have been more than enough to take care of you. The haters can call your season Mickey Mouse, but don't let that turn you into Shane Beamer. I say, wear those 2 big ol' ears with pride. You're on top of the group of 5, and probably the Pac-12, because guess where you're going soon? As we close out your time in the spotlight and the year, I'll use this chance to let you reminisce on the time you actually showed up to the Fiesta Bowl. Happy New Year.
Right. Boise State for the win. They hand it off to Johnson. Boise State has won the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Can you believe it?
You got barbecue back there?
Hey, Barry Sanders, you owe Tom Allen an entire 6-pack of beer. Or whatever he drinks, because just between me and you, beer tastes like piss.
Get out!